Just describe how you were spotted and how you originally signed for the club.
I used to play at my local team. Like my dad would take me when the training was on. It was at Sale United, give me fives. So a scout came up to my dad, and invited me in to a development centre and just pushed on and kicked on, and then got invited to the Cliff, and I signed when I was 8, and just been at the club ever since.
And what about you, Charlie?
Yeah, actually exactly the same. I was 4 or 5 as well. I used to play against Zidane in that's a Travis Centre versus it's called the Soccer Dome, I don't know if you know it. Yeah. And there's from the age of 4 until the age of 8, there's games every Saturday morning. So yeah, I used to get scouted there from the age of 4. There's actually a guy called Charlie O who scouted me. He still texts me now. So I actually remember playing against Zidane in those games. So yeah, been together since the age of 4, and now age 19 we're here. So yeah, honestly it felt amazing. I supported United all my life. I've been going since I was a young kid. My uncle, so yeah, to finally sign was a dream come true.
And going up through the age groups, you get to the under-18s, it's probably fair to say it's the first big one, isn't it? The kind of the earliest professional level. So just talk us through how you made your breakthrough in that team.
Yeah, I'd say under-18s is probably the first taste of professional football, because you're playing on TV now. You know, there's fans watching you. You're playing for 3 points. There's a league format, the Youth Cup, which sadly I didn't get to play in because as a first year I never got picked, and then as a second year I was injured for quite a long time. But yeah, even signing a first pro at under-18s, I think under-18s is kind of a first step to professional football, and then 23s and just for start.
And with the 23s, is it a tangible step up? Can you tell the difference?
100%. I mean, I remember the first game, I was thinking, 18s to 23s, you know, can't be that big of a jump. And then that first game really, because I can remember I didn't particularly play that well, so I remember driving home from training in my car thinking something has to change, because it's either I'm not good enough or I just didn't play well and I need to raise my level and kind of focus more. And then obviously you get some time, you need time adapting to it, and then you do, and then you got the EFL trophy where you're playing men, so first team players.
I remember our first game was Lincoln away, and we were 3-0 down by half time. I think we pulled it back to 3-2 or maybe 3-3, I can't remember, after half time. But yeah, similar to Z, I think obviously it takes time to adapt to 23s. But it's like with everything, I think the first few games you're not going to play as well, and then once you get into it, you start to find your feet, so yeah.
And you've also both played in the youth league, is that right? Youth league. So what's that like, going abroad and playing against some of Europe's biggest names?
That's another great experience. That's just another one added to my career at United. I mean, you know, flying, wearing the Champions League tracksuit, because we have different ones. The Champions League training kit, training on the pitch the day before, and then playing away, and you got their fans watching the game, and you have to adapt quickly to the pitch and, you know, the weather and stuff. So I remember playing Young Boys away, and we played on an AstroTurf pitch, and we scraped the 1-0 win, which was in the end the most important thing. But yeah, and then also playing at home, I remember the Borussia Dortmund game, quite a few fans, and we got knocked out on penalties, but you know, as an experience, it was amazing.
The next step to exposure is obviously training with the first team. I don't know if it was the same time for both of you or if both different times, but do you remember what the first time was like when you trained with the first team and what the feelings were like there?
Yeah, I think we were pretty similar, stepping up with the first team for training. It was kind of towards the start of last season. Obviously we made our debuts in, I think it was December, so maybe October, November time, we were kind of more in and around it. Yeah, first time, it's a bit nervous. Make sure your first touch is okay and then the first pass is okay. But I think the lads are obviously great in the first team. Obviously the ones who've been there and done it in the academy, like Scott, Rashi, Axel, Brandon Williams, they all look after you because they've all been there. So yeah, their support has been massive for us.
I think all the lads are great. So even people like Harry Maguire, I mean, he's not come from the academy, but obviously as the captain, he looks after us, you know. There's loads, Tommy and Victor Lindelof. So yeah, if I can keep going on with names, but I'll be naming loads of people, like all the team, you know, look after you. Even though you're a young lad, obviously there's a bit of banter and whatnot, but you know, they take you in as one as their own and make you feel comfortable, and yeah, feel part of the lads now. Yeah.
You've probably shared a lot of experiences together. You made your debut together, and this, like you said, this is your first tour together. So just talk us through the whole experience of being out there and seeing all our fans and playing in these games as well.
Yeah, I think Bangkok especially, the fans were honestly amazing, very intense, but good at the same time, supporting us. I think we found out the day before that we were going to come on at half time against Liverpool. So the day before, maybe we were talking about how we're going to play, how we're going to link up, and then I think maybe Liverpool and Melbourne were our two best games. So yeah, I think people kind of like to see me and Zidane linking up, and I think we've got that connection from when we were younger, because obviously we've played together for so many years. I think we kind of understand what each other can do, and I think we complement each other well.
Being on tour, you're obviously involved with the squad, but when you get told that the day before you're going to be playing against Liverpool, biggest rivals, that's obviously, there must be quite a reaction to that, and it must be like, wow, you know, a wow moment.
No, yeah, Fletch in training told me and Sav, get ready, make sure you're ready. So in my head I'm thinking, okay, like Liverpool, Bangkok, pre-season, you know, first game under the manager, you want to impress, of course. So me and Sav were like, okay, it's going to be a good challenge, and you know, I guess we played with confidence, you know, we stuck to what we know, stuck to what we've been doing throughout our whole academy days, and you know, personally I think we both did well, so yeah.
Obviously the new manager built a reputation at Ajax for bringing through young players, so has he made it clear to you that you can maybe impress on this tour and maybe even play a part in the early weeks of the season for him?
I think every day we're trying to impress him, and hopefully we've done that, and like I say, there's a long way to go. There's a few cup competitions, so maybe a few players might play them, but like I say, even if we don't play the rest of the season, even to come here, it's been amazing.
Just finally for both of you, what are your ambitions for this season? What are your plans? What do you hope to achieve?
Honestly, it's really tough to say, because we're so early on into the season. I think it's the same every year, try and get as many minutes as you can with the first team, and if not, maybe a loan move might pop up for one of us, depending on a lot of things. So yeah, just the most senior football we can, and obviously just improving. We're still young, 19, so even if you don't go on loan and maybe train with the first team, it's still a valuable experience for us.
Yeah, no, I'm similar with Sav. If I do or don't go out on loan, I mean, if I do, I'll have benefits, and if I don't, I'll have benefits like, you know, training, learning off top coaches, 23s and first team, you know, giving me advice, how I can fix my game and improve it. And if I do train with the first team, you know, training with top athletes and professionals, you know, high standards. So as long as I'm learning, as long as I'm bettering myself every single day, I mean, we'll see, because we're still young. I mean, there's loads of years to come, so as long as I keep moving forward, you know, and improving myself, you know, it'll be a good season.